So I made the decision that since we're hitting the end of the year, and today and tomorrow are basically the last streams of the year, let's see about just clearing through as much of the stuff from the Donathon as possible. We'll see how that works out for me, of course. But, you know, it makes sense to just try to clean up rather than doing anything new or different. So since we didn't finish Sonic 3 on Saturday, that's where we're gonna be at right now. Does this actually save? Oh yeah! I forgot that Sonic 3 actually saved. Right. So we actually have an in-progress save we can use. That changes some things. That will certainly speed this process along a fair bit. I was expecting that to go back through all of this, because I forgot that this is the first one that actually had saving. Also because I don't recall that our saving worked. But I might just be forgetting. And there was part of me considering, as soon as I saw the save, like, you know, maybe I should just start over anyway. Then I thought about how many zones we have to get through, and it's like, you know, no, this is fine. Considering this was, as mentioned last time, roughly the midpoint. So, I think that's fine. Right, that's the one that launches me. A lot of remembering that's gonna have to happen here. Because remember, this is farther than I've ever been when I played before, and we were only here briefly on Saturday. So, there's not a lot of it in my brain yet. But on the bright side, being here while I'm a bit fresher should help me move through these a bit better. Because coming into all this after having finished Sonic 2 definitely was a blessing and a curse. Which, if y'all want to see how that went, you're going to want to check out the VOD channel, which will be reachable either through the link tree or what have you. Once again, not allowed to grab my rings back for reasons. Boy. I'm surprised they were kind enough to cover that spike egg block for us. I really would have expected that to just be death. Alright, guess I'm down here now. You know, to some degree, I think I'm happier down here. Except we're right back with this asshole, so never mind, I'm not happier anymore. My joy has been removed from my life. I don't know what broke, but you know what? We're not gonna worry about it. Tails found something and he can keep it. Now let's not miss the hook this time, shall we? That probably will make a very big difference in my results here. was gonna say life expectancy, and then I thought about it, it's like, no, making forward progress really ain't gonna help that. Oh, fuck that up. I don't know if those alarms matter. I assume they do. They probably trigger something. As to what, who can say? Well, you know what? Fine, never mind. We'll just go this way. I was curious what was up there up until it became a pain in the butt to get there, and then I very quickly lost interest in that idea. Not really doing a great job on the whole getting lots of rings for lives endeavor this time. And I know the checkpoint's there, I was just seeing if there was something over here that I could quickly grab first. The answer to that question being no. I was pretty sure we weren't going to be able to get a bonus stage right now, but it was worth a try. Overjumped that by a mile. Oh, hi, Knuckles. Of course you're gonna blow that up. Oh, that's what it did. I was about to say, it's like, wow, that bomb didn't really do anything, huh? That's because they gave you more time than I expected to react to that, and I was not prepared. I would really like to go look at that area to the left, but really not gonna happen. Oh, I literally just needed to come out here, huh? Well. Thanks, Knuckles. Okay. Am I gonna have to fight 3 of you because there's 3 boxes here? I only got 1 spike ball now. Still got hit by it, but you know. Nope, we're done. Okay. With there being the 3 panels there, it really seemed like there was gonna just be a triple fight. Which also would fit the fact that thing's health wasn't that high. Oh, good, there's water here. Everybody's favorite thing. Tails, please. Interesting how some of Eggman's robots very heavily mimic animals and other ones are just a ball with spikes or some other very basic concept. I didn't actually see that flamethrower, in case anybody was wondering. The fuck happened? What? Okay then. Give me that. That's what happened. Okay. I think we're protected from fire while we're in the fire bubble. I'm pretty sure I fell through one of those flamethrowers and it didn't matter. I'm glad I wasn't spinning. I'm not gonna trust my theory about being immune to fire or too much. That'll put out my fire. Let's not say we did. Oh, we're putting out the fire anyway. I tried. Howdy, Pop. How goes? Hope you're doing well. Getting thrown through tubes again. Not want the Eggman box, only want the money box. Yeah, I couldn't get enough momentum to get through there. I should have waited. Oh wow, I'm surprised that actually let me have that one. You know, you would think I would have considered the idea of not doing that. But you know, sometimes you just gotta try things. And let bad ideas happen. Like trusting that spring not to do anything bad. Which, for once, worked out. I need to remember about the protection of that little laser spin we can do. It's easy to forget that that's a thing. I probably wanted to let that thing fling me, but my path worked. Eggman, no. What on earth is this thing gonna do? Oh, I see. Oh, Tails is stuck in there, so that'll work. Thank you, Tails. Oh, we actually get to steal a pod. Look at that. Bye, Tails. You will be missed. You did a great job. Hi. You know I could just go higher, right? Or that could fall out from under you, I guess. That's also an option. We should probably get after that rocket. That seems like a problem. You know, we're just gonna casually float along. It's not like this rocket's going anywhere anytime quick. How nice of them to wait for me. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Like, I just saw the opportunity to attack, and I'm like, yes, this is the best idea. Okay, there are rings here. Now, am I gonna manage to get Tails stuck in there again? Because I wasn't really trying to do that, but it worked out. Or I could just get myself stuck in here too, I guess. Yeah, you know, that works. Of course, now we gotta ride this whole bit out again. Knuckles, this really wasn't a good idea. I don't know why you thought that was gonna work. Slowly floating along. When I inevitably lose this fight again, we're gonna have to go through the whole section again because we're on our last life. Okay, the lower part of it does not count. Understood. We just want to bop him in between the lasers or get him early if we get an opportunity. Like when he's coming from below. Except he's got that random particle to protect himself occasionally. Okay, he's shorter now. Only got one laser. How many more hits are you going to take before you understand what you've done wrong here? That was not what I meant to do. I just did not let go of Duck fast enough. There you go. At least we don't have to ride through that whole segment again. Now he runs away once again. Suddenly day turns to night very quick. Really, we're doing this again right now? Oh no, the grabby hands. Okay, I just hit him in the face as usual. What are you doing? Okay. That's the bit here. Yeah, there was no way I was outmaneuvering that. I should have just waited. I thought he was going to go all the way to the edge. So anyway, time to do this whole zone again. Having multiple bosses there is kind of mean. Not particularly surprising. Boy. I was gonna try to dash past that, but I didn't get the input in quick enough. Well, you know, that's how it goes. You would think I would just do everything the same way I did the first time, but then I would also be wasting a life. So, you know, clearly I want to try to do better. I say as I leave numerous rings behind. Well, that was helpful. There we go. Not really that sure how helpful that actually was, but I assume it made things shorter. We did get a shield out of it, so it's not like it was the worst exchange. Tails, please. I needed that, and now you've stolen it. Without even staying in it. Why are you like this? Probably for the same reason I am the way I am, admittedly. Oh, this is inconvenient. That foils that plan. No. No, 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 no. Well, there is an opening up there. Don't know if that actually goes anywhere. Oh, yeah, the same place this goes. You know, suddenly that makes a lot of sense. At least we can still get these rings, so we might actually have a chance of getting a life here. Just need one ring. Got it. And we can give a swing at one of these bonus stages again and see if I can get anything useful out of this. There's the one up. Got it. Worth it. That's all I wanted out of it. And since we spent a couple rings, I get another life. A little bit of an oversight on their part that every time you hit 100 it counts, huh? First time we actually managed to pull that one. There goes my bubble, but that's okay. Bubble was actually gonna be a detriment rather than a help some of the time, because it would cause me to randomly slam down when I try to just jump again. This is fine. Take those, we take those. Everything is working out in my favor for the moment. We'll see how long that lasts. Oh. This is fine. So this is where we just were, which is not exactly what you want. Especially since we can't go back in the tube, apparently. That is distinctly an inconvenience. Yeah, sure, that ring just goes up through the world. Sure, why not? I mean, admittedly, we have twice as many lives as I had when we just went through here a moment ago, so really I can't complain too much. I say as I'm going to complain anyway. Shouldn't there be one of those spinny things here? Pretty sure there's supposed to be something here. No, never mind. Gotta not screw up fighting the robot, and remember to actually move when Knuckles blows up the building. Goodbye, building. You will not be missed. Get out of here, Eggman. I got greedy there. That was 100% me just being like, you know what, I can hit you. I can do this. I can do thing. There we go. A little bit of brute force goes a long way. There we go. I think I did forget to do something. Give me 1 second. I sure did. There we go. That'll fix that. Forgot I had hidden activity while I was working on something in Discord, and now the actual notification will go out properly. Notifications are useful after all, so people know things are happening. You know, ignoring the fact that I'm usually not good about reminding people about anything. Not that I remember half the things I'm supposed to remember either. Which really shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. I remember a lot of things I don't need to. I need to remember it though? Gone. No sooner did I click on Discord for a moment, is there now a ping the second I've clicked away from it. Hang on. Deal with that. Oh, okay. I'll deal with that later. Not what I meant to do at all. Tails, if you broke that box and killed me, I would have never forgiven you. I just want you to know that. You know, I feel like I'm making a horrible mistake going this way, but curiosity dictates that I find out what's over here. The answer is the same thing that was over on the other side. Just a longer way to get to the same place. Love that for me. Run around breaking everything as we do. Say yes to gaining rings, say no to pain. I wonder how hard Sonic's head has to be for him to be able to just bust through walls like that. Then again, I suppose he isn't really known for his intelligence, necessarily. So does he really have that much to lose if he just gets a few dozen concussions? I don't know if hedgehogs are known for particularly thick skulls. I don't think so. Water physics fucked me on that one. Just didn't jump for a second, just that was all it needed. Now, speaking of that's all I need, there we go. So that's where I've chosen to die today, huh? Okay. And now it all comes apart. Because that's how it always works. All it takes is that one death and suddenly... off the cliff goes everything. And yet somehow our overall results getting to this point are the same. Weird how that works, isn't it? It's almost like none of it mattered. If you're surprised that I got away with it, don't worry, so am I. I was kind of hoping that hook would take me somewhere else, but I guess we're here. There we go. It all worked out properly this time. Oh, properly for one of us. I'm assuming I can probably go through those blocks as well, but going this way was fine last time, so let's just do that again. Since we're almost out of here anyway. It would be nice to get that extra life that we're close to getting. Whether we'll get it, we won't. Realizing where I am now, we are not getting that extra life. Keep a ring on hand, because we need it for the second fight. Best part is, we didn't even topple Knuckles there. It's just the rocket starting up that made that flimsy set of girder work come down. Like, we can't even be blamed for that. Alright, let's do this dance again. I just gotta be careful not to make his lasers time worse for me with when I hit him. Because remember, he stops in place when you hit him. I think the laser stops charging, too, based on what I've been seeing now. Like, it stops charging while he's flashing. I don't know that. I just am starting to think that. No, maybe not. Hard to say. There we go. And one more hit right there. And now it'll be the real fight. The fact that this is like 3 bosses back to back is kind of absurd. Get out of here with your grabby hands. I said get out of here with your grabby hands. Okay, that's not that bad. It just looks bad. How many hits do you take? Oh, I went slightly high. Come on. I wonder if I could, like, spin dash into him since he's that low. Nope, sure can't. And I missed my ring, too. And jumped straight into him because apparently my brain just shut off at that point and I decided I needed to die. Way to go, me. Interesting that I can jump on those cannonballs. Anyway, now for the longest flight of my life for the 5th time. This is oh so exciting. And of course this is the bit we get stuck on too, is the part with the really long intro before we actually get to what we're supposed to be doing. There we go. Don't get shot. All you need to do is don't get shot. Sounds like a simple enough concept, right? Of course, you know, I just throw it all away by trying to go for a double hit. So now I have no rings for the next part, which is probably going to be a death sentence. All because I was damn impatient. Get out the big spiky robot again. No, big spiky... Uh-oh. Oh. So it turns out he can just grab you. I don't know how we didn't get grabbed on any of the other approaches I did before, but, you know, that happened, I guess. Apparently me going live today was just the signal for everyone to send me random messages on Discord. Which I would understand if the activity wasn't on anymore, but it is now, and people are still doing it anyway. Get back to those later. Then again, knowing Discord, I wouldn't be surprised if the activity thing broke because I didn't have it on initially, even though it's showing fine on my side. All of that would line up in unsurprisingly annoying ways. Come on, any day now, old man. I'm surprised that counted. I really expected to have jumped too early there. Almost landed on that laser. That would have been embarrassing. Come on. Come on. We've done this dance enough times now. Really, it's just a formality to get to the next form. Go on, go get the thing that I need to beat up so we can move on with our lives. So this is just gonna be the loop where I just miss all of the jumps, huh? Oh, the excitement. That's 3. Now he's gonna do the vertical thing again, I assume. Oh, you cheeky bastard. Really? Well, there went my only ring again. Oh, that could be bad. Of course. Of fucking course he comes in from the side I was already on, so I have no room to move. Fucking course he does. Why is this such a long gauntlet of nonsense here? I mean, really now. This is kind of stupid and unnecessary. Making me have to do 3 fights back to back. Well, if you can call that a fight, but you get my point. This is when I find out that this is actually technically the last stage, unless you're playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles or something. And that's why this is such a horrendous gauntlet of bullshit. That said, none of these 3 fights are particularly difficult, just you have so little margin for error having only a couple of rings every time you come back. So 1 slip means you are down to instant death, and well, slip number 2 is easy to have happen. Well, I've never really liked this health system particularly. Just keep giving me this generous loop so we can get past this part. Or not. Uh-huh, I knew it was coming. I could see it coming, but I couldn't do anything about it, because God forbid you have control in those situations. Like, yes, I had control over whether I jumped in the first place, but it was that or we don't get anything to move forward here, and I really would like to be done with this fight. Since we've done it so many times now. Now, it is worth noting, I could start save stating, because I did already do this once. Do this game once, that is. And if this keeps irritating me, I might. Especially since the hitbox around there is kind of terrible, because how did that hit me? And if anyone has any good answers as to why that was where the damage would be, by all means. And if the answer is because they're bad at making hitboxes, as much as I would disagree with that as being a good excuse, it would be the reason, probably. Yes, yes, bop, truckle, truckle, perish. I'm gonna ride this attempt out without using any save states, and if we fail completely, then I'll save state when we get to the laser section at the very least, just so we don't have to do this flight anymore. Because that's the main reason I'm even considering it, is the flight bit there is starting to drive me insane. Fucking course. Just can't fucking win, huh? Like, what's that? Everything you do is wrong? Good news, you're right! Less ducking, more just bashing my head into the floor. That's how this segment feels. Okay. Now to actually fight this stupid thing. I'm betting you could probably hit him when he comes down as well, but I'm just not gonna risk it. We already take enough stupid hits in this segment. I tried to recenter, but I recentered at a bad time. Really? Oh, and I can't get that ring back, because why would I ever be able to get a ring back in here? No, that clearly can't be allowed. Because why would the edges of this particular arena count for you being able to have rings bounce back? Unlike a dozen other fights where the rings actually do bounce off the edge of the arena. Really? That's not enough hits? That's what, 6 hits now? Why the fuck does this thing take so many hits? Oh, right here again. Yes, we fucking are. Yep. I knew I was fucked the second he parked there, but I didn't dare try to jump over him either, because the second I went for the jump, I was assuming that's when he was gonna launch upward, and I was gonna be fucked no matter what I did. Welcome to my own personal hell. Population this fucking game, apparently. We did so well getting lives on our way at previous time, too. And it didn't fucking matter. As nice as those 6 rings would have been, I didn't really want to risk losing the shield even sooner. And yet here we are. Thank you for taking the hit for me there, Tails. That is, after all, your function on this team. Hey there, Lark. Just suffering because this segment is not great. You know, business as usual. Yeah. I just wish to leave. Thank you for the resub, Lark. As to why I jumped there, I really don't have any answers for you. Like, I knew those spikes were there because we've done this 15 times now, but apparently I've just given up on dealing with thinking in this segment at this point, which is going to be a problem for getting back there. It's the same thing I talked about at the end of Sonic 2, where it's just like, the second I have to do something too many times, my brain will disengage entirely from it, because it is sick of looking at the thing. It's a problem. It's like, okay, I don't need to think about this anymore because I've done this too many times, so clearly it's a waste of energy to continue thinking about it. Yeah, exactly. Because by that point, it should be just second nature to get through it. That doesn't always end up being true, and that's where it becomes a problem. They also keep taking different paths, so I can't and just rely on the route memorization. Let's not forget the way Tails interacts with the world also changes what's going on around me sometimes too, since enemies will target him. Forgetting once again that those bubble shields are basically useless for any application other than keeping you from drowning. Yeah, but there's not enough water in this stage for you to drown for the most part anyway. That's why it's useless here. Not that trying to hang on to any rings in the stage today, apparently, has any use either. Because apparently I'm only allowed to do that the one time and then never again. Because quite literally, the previous attempt of this, we ended up doubling our life count, and now I'm just botching everything forever, and I wish to have better things happen. I look down for a second because I'm on a boring fucking lift, forgetting that these lasers very occasionally actually do their job. I mean, that is entirely up to you, but that sounds like a big expense for questionable gain from my end here, but you do you. Wrong way, come on. Yes, because you just happened to be shooting the second I came over that way. Of course you were, yes. I forgot that you were psychic as well as being a robot. Because those are two things that clearly aren't incapable of going together or anything. There's something else that robot should be called, but that would be arguably a big mistake for monetization. Not that we have any anyway. You know, in the far future where the YouTube channel actually might become monetized, I probably shouldn't say what I'm thinking there. Almost got the bonus game. The bonus game would have actually been big. But it doesn't matter, because I was going to save state when we got to the fight anyway, so as to stop wasting mine and everyone else's time with this dog shit segment. It's another case of developers thinking that more or less a 3-layer boss fight with no resources is a good idea. Just a 3-layer fuckery cake. Not to mention having two sections where you have to sit here and wait for something to happen. Wait for the building to fall down, wait for the pod to eventually take you to the second part of the second section. Just like... ugh. You can see the point where I just stopped caring. Because I was doing so well, and then it's just like, okay, you've taken one too many hits at this point. I no longer care. It's not like I'm keeping these rings for the next act anyway. That's not something you do. So, it just doesn't fucking matter. Like, we'd get more score from the ring bonus, but... considering our score got decimated by having to restart here anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, segments like that are more or less the extent of the water in this place, and that's why the bubble shield is useless garbage. Specifically here. Not exactly great elsewhere either, but at least the not drowning does matter a little bit more in some places elsewhere. Once again... actually, that's an idea. No, take me back this way. I didn't even realize I could control these till now. More rings. Not where I meant to end up. This is okay. I don't think I can get back up there. Oh well. Now, the problem with getting this fire shield, as we learned before, if it had mattered that well, it would have been good for getting past those flames there. But since I stopped to think about what I was trying to say, I fucked everything up again, so it doesn't matter. What I was gonna say is there's a section of water coming up very soon, which would have made having that fire shield not matter anyway. But I forgot there was multiple flamethrowers that the shield might actually have mattered against in the immediate vicinity, because we got past it every time other than this one without any issues. God, I hate how slow these platforms are. Nope, there's just spikes down there. Welcome to the longest bit of water in the entire stage, and look, it's done. It literally automatically moves you out of there before you could possibly drown. Unless you did something really stupid. Okay, just ignore my inputs, game, that's fine. At least I got an extra life out of you ignoring my input, so... who's the real winner here? I don't think they're ever gonna learn how to do slopes properly. Uh-huh. I knew as soon as I hung in the air in front of it that I was just gonna end up wasting all my rings again. I really thought I was going to clear the jump in the first place. That's why I even made that move. Actually, this might technically be the longest section of water. Especially if I hit that guy and don't actually succeed in getting rid of him. Way to go, me. I hate the fact that we've done exactly that before. I know I'm going backwards. I just wanted to get the 10 ring box that's up there. Can I even get back down now? Yeah, I think I am stuck here now, aren't I? Huh. Interesting. Wait, no, this isn't technically backwards. I did, however, fuck up getting these rings because you have to be at full height. I gotta at least pretend to try to get an extra life. Even though the odds of success are horrendous at this point. Then again, I would have never said I had high odds to begin with, and we managed to get 3 lives in an earlier attempt, so... I should never discount the possibility entirely. So if I'm just careful, I might actually be able to do it. There's nothing of any significant use on that other path, so this was the better choice. How did I miss both of those birds? I genuinely don't understand how I managed to do that. Like, I couldn't do that if I wanted to. But because I was trying to hit them, I missed both of them. I guess I'm just being punished for the fact that I'm going to be save stating ahead of time or something? Either that or I'm being punished for squandering the attempt we had where we had all those lives. Also, thanks, Tails. Thanks for just completely fucking me over, you useless rodent. I don't care if you're a fox. You are a pest to me, therefore you're a rodent. Part of me is curious to see if it's even possible to jump up and over this way. No, absolutely not. And now, because I throw off my own timing, this is all going to go horribly. Because now I'm going to get caught by him, because I'm trying to go too fast for my own good. Oh, that goes left. Hang on. Oh, that's not going to respawn now, is it? No, no, it did. Let's see what's to the left. Let's see what this actually is supposed to do. Absolutely fucking nothing. Great. Great, I'm so grateful for this thing that did nothing for me. Except give me a bubble shield after the majority of the water segments. Okay. Sure. Well, I guess I can use it to go down here, except I can't, because that's not how that doorway works. Okay, never mind. Yeah, and you can't grab that post. That was about the only other thing I could think of that'd be a reason to have the water shield there. Fire shield, okay. That might actually be useful for the fight. There's also this pipe up here. Can I actually get on this pipe? No. I assume that's the exit to another path that would have gotten us to the same location. Yep, I figured I was gonna lose that immediately. Shame, that would have been useful later on. Like, very useful. But it interfered with me actually doing the same loop that I've done there to get rid of him. Yeah, as soon as the flight ends, we're gonna go ahead and save state just so we don't have to keep doing this stupid fucking flight segment over and over again, where it's not even, like, an actual active segment, it's just a cutscene. But the alternative here is quite literally just wasting everyone's time. Now watch, this is going to be the time where I do this flawlessly and I will just scream in frustration at myself. It would be the funniest option. I'll be honest about that. That would be the funniest outcome. Even if it would be very upsetting to me personally, it would be the funniest option. Which is why I think it's gonna happen. And I do have more rings than I usually do for this part. Not that I anticipate being able to hold on to them if anything does happen, because the ring recovery in this game is garbage, but, you know. It's 4 hits. Take flight over there, which is fine. Recenter. Yep, that was gonna happen. At least one of my hits was gonna be foiled by the stupid spike hitbox. Yep. Speaking of getting foiled by stupid things, also take a look at that timer. We might get fucked there too. Since this is a hurry up and wait fight. Really depends on how many hits this robot takes. Of course. Of course I did it first try. Of course. At least the timer stopped while this is happening. If the timer kept going while this was also happening, and I died to the timeout looking at the cutscene, I would have been very inclined to say I will just refund that specific one and I will do something else instead. Oh, that was the actual end of base Sonic 3. So the other 6 zones was only Sonic and Knuckles then. Oh. Well then. You know, that makes it makes a lot more sense that that was a 3-layered fight then for that. Still not great. Still don't like it. But it at least makes more sense. Well, hell, at that point, I probably should have just redone the whole game. Oh well. We've got plenty more games to get to, so that's fine. Go ahead and log that on the list. Once the credits are done, it'll be off to Mario 1. Which was the only one requested on the pile, so... Once that's done, Mario is done. Then it'll be off to Donkey Kong Country if we get that far today. If not, that'll be tomorrow. We'll see just how many of those I can actually clear before the year ends. Actually, no, Donkey Kong's next in the list, not Mario. But Mario would be shorter. So I'm going... Oh no, there was 2 Marios. So it's Mario 1 and Mario 2 I have to do. This is why I double-checked the list. Yeah, Mario will be shorter, in theory, to get through, so we'll do that one today, and then that'll leave tomorrow to get through all of Donkey Kong Country. That makes more sense than going purely in order. I'm just fixing my list up while the credits roll, so I know what's been completed and what hasn't. Which, for those wondering, what we have left is Donkey Kong Country, Mario 1 and 2, Final Fantasy 1 through 4, Hollow Knight 1, Hades 1, Little Nightmares 1, and Dark Souls 1 through 3.